Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where Celtic have got an away day trip to take on Celtic obsessed Robbie Neilson and his Hearts team at Tynecastle in what is a must-win Celtic clash. Before we go any further though, I was extremely saddened to hear about the passing of Wim Jansen. He was only at the club for a year, but in that time, he stopped 10 in a row. He brought the King of Kings, Henrik Larsson, to the club. He won the Scottish League Cup. You know, in the words of Johan Cruyff, Wim Jansen is only one of 4 men in the world worth listening to when they talk about football. Rest in peace, Wim, and I send my condolences out to the rest of his family. But we've still got a preview to get on with, so let's not keep the mellow tones going any longer, because we have an away day trip to Tynecastle. That is always fun. Last time that happened, we went out, losing 2-1. John Sutter broke our hearts, and so did Craig Gordon for that matter as well. But we have grown since then. We've beaten Hearts on our other 2 occasions. And in terms of current form, we get 13 points out of a possible 15 in our last 5 league matches. We sit second on the ladder, 4 points behind Rangers. I feel silly telling you guys this because we all know where Celtic sit in the ladder. It's quite funny, but regardless, as for Hearts, they have won 4 out of their 5 last league matches. The only hiccup being a loss against Rangers. They sit 3rd in the league, comfortably clear of any competition. I think they're 8 points clear of 4th, which is Motherwell, and Celtic are however many points clear we are. I think it's 9 or so, but as for injuries and suspensions, now the Jambos, they are doing very, very, very well at the moment. They have the only player that appears to be missing for them is defender Taylor Moore. Bar that, however, it appears Liam Boyce is apparently fit and ready, and so is Benny Beningame. I believe that's how you say it, Benny Beningame. The same, however, cannot be said about Celtic. We're just when things look positive for us with all our players back fit and healthy, our unavailable list grows again. It's like COVID, as soon as you think it starts to slow down, another strain just comes out of nowhere. And this time the strain is a combination of a terrible Alloa Athletic match and then also international fixtures. But it frustrates me, I hate it so much, but there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing we can fans do about it. So I've just got to tell you guys who we're missing. And it is a long-ish list. We've got Karamoko Dembele, Callum McGregor, Yosuke Ideguchi, Kyogo, Dyson Maeda, Tom Rogic, and David Turnbull all missing. That's 8 players unavailable, 6 of which are guaranteed starters. So when Robbie Neilson says that Celtic have a big enough squad, they can make a seamless replacement for someone if they get injured, it baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. But, that's Robbie Neilson in a nutshell. Too daft to understand big clubs can't make seamless replacements when they're missing 8 first-team players, 6 of which get into the starting 11, and not a good enough manager to ever be able to move up to a big club and understand that by managing them. So, lineup prediction. Yes, sorry about that little rant. Robbie Neilson gets on my nerves when he says things like that, stupid things like that, but it is what it is. So, yeah, with our outages, I wouldn't say Celtic are going to have to play a makeshift lineup. I don't think it is going to be a makeshift lineup. I think the only hairy spot in the team is the midfield. We'll get onto that later, but we are going with Joe Hart in goals. Absolute legend, Joe Hart. His classiness and leadership, it's on show every single week for Celtic. I don't know what we do without him. Then at right back, Juranovic. I think he edges out Anthony Ralston. Still would like to see Ralston there. Wouldn't complain if we did. Then the 2 centre backs are Cameron Carter-Vickers and Carl Starfelt. I don't see Julien or Welshie starting that match. But, stranger things have happened. Then at left back, we've got Greg Taylor. I'd also be very supportive if Scales got the nod. I think Scales is also a very classy right back. I think he's got a great cross on him. A really great cross on him. Better than Taylor, arguably. So if he got the nod, I would be very, very happy to see that. Then the midfield, it's so unpredictable. But, it is unpredictable, but there's limited options we have, So I'm going with our strongest one possible, which is Baton at CDM. Then a Celtic debut for Matt O'Reilly in the centre mid spot. I think it is very possible we can see him. I'm not sure if Andrew will want to throw him into the deep end, but I do certainly think he has the capabilities to play there. Then at Cam, I'm going for our little Japanese maestro in Rio Hatate. But also, Rio and Matt O'Reilly could also be very interchangeable. O'Reilly could go to cam and Rio is centre mid. That's the great thing about those two players. They're very diverse in what roles they can play, so that is great to have there. Then into the front three, I personally think it will still be a strong front three, stronger than what we were winning with when we had all our crises pre-winter break. So we've got Jota on the wing, Jota on the wing. Sorry, that was a bad attempt at that. But then, we've got Abada, he's on the wing. Sorry, another bad attempt there. And then, going through the middle, we've got the Greek freak in Mr. Georgios Giacomakis, who's got a huge task ahead of him. Hopefully, if he can score a goal or score 2 goals tonight, I think that will be a job well done for him, especially if we get the win. But into the final score prediction we go. And, Hearts, they're a team that are quite strong defensively. Taylor Moore is a loss for that backline. However, they still have strength there. John Sutter, he's a very strong defender. Playing that 3-back formation, they're really able to, box up attackers and really shut down any movement in the box with those 3 defenders who can easily latch onto opponents. And then the 2 wing-backs who track back, they usually take up the wingers. So very good defensively, Hearts are. I have to give them credit for that. And, even in attack, Liam Boyce always seems to cause us problems for Starfelt. So that's going to be something to watch out for. I think whether Carter Vickers moves to take up the role of Liam Boyce, I don't know. Then also Josh Tonelli, he's found a bit of form recently, so we'll have to wait and see how he turns out tonight. However, the one area I feel Hearts really lacking is the midfield. Now, Celtic are usually a team that always dominate in the midfield. That's no question. Everyone knows that. But with the amount of outages we have, it's really going to be interesting to see how evenly matched our midfields are. Playing a very unexperienced, a midfielder who hasn't played well together, handing O'Reilly his debut. Rio, it would only be his second, I can't remember if he played against Alloa, I'll be honest. It will be one of his very early matches for Celtic. And then near Baton, he'll be the most experienced midfielder of the 3. So he'll have to take control there. But, it's going to be hard to see whether Celtic can dominate in that midfield without, McGregor, Rogic, Turnbull and whatnot. But, look, even with our lack of options, I think the battle will be in the midfield. I still think we have enough class in other spots of the field. So, do I think it will be low scoring? Yes, I think this will be a very, very low scoring match. Do I think Hearts will score a goal? No, I don't see them scoring. I think personally with Baton at CDM and then a full strength backline, I don't see Hearts scoring. I know this could be the kiss of death and, Liam Boyce could do a number on us, but I don't see it happening. I think it will be very low scoring, 1-0, 2-0, if that. Jota's creativity will be so pivotal in this match. I think Jota's going to be the man to make it happen for Celtic. He's going to be the one to have to whip in the crosses for Giacomakis, who's going to need to be on top of his game to latch onto them. Abada, hopefully he brings his form because he's been firing in the last couple of games for Celtic, and if he can do it against Hearts, it will be so crucial for us, especially if we do end up getting the win. But, low scoring, 1-0, 2-0, Jota to be man of the match. I think the goals will come from Jota and Giacomakis. How do I don't see so. I think we've got a really strong backline, a very mediocre midfield, and then a quite a decent front line. So we'll have to wait and see what goes on tonight. Anyway, what the result is, it will be a grind of a win if we do end up taking all 3 points. And I have to say, we need to be taking all 3 points in a fixture like this. We cannot be letting ourselves drop more than 4 points behind Rangers after tomorrow's fixtures. If we do, it's going to have to be us making up ground and making up even more ground than we should have been in the derbies. And but that is all from me. So remember to leave in the comments below your score prediction. How do you think Celtic will go? Do you think our week? I don't know. Just leave in the comments below what you think the score will be. Who do you think will score the goals? And who do you think the man in the match will be? Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, hail, hail.